Hi there, welcome to some of the latest news within the Noah Presgrove case. It appears that JJ Bumpass has spoken out on one of the Facebook pages in regards to Deana Rose, an individual that's been quite vocal about Noah Presgrove's case and statements of evidence and murder footage and all of that. Some of it you may have heard before. We're going to try and round it up and look at it from a different perspective this time. JJ Bumpass has come up a few times now in recent discussions online, in my videos, and much more. Caden Pressey in that leaked interview referred to a couple of named individuals, not JJ's, but did refer to a skinny individual. You could interpret it as JJ. In terms of Colton Newton, I believe Colton did say JJ was at the party. It's all about trying to look for consistency, right? But what does JJ think of all of this? That's what I'm going to be presenting to you today, because not everyone may have access to it. We'll look at the comments and try and understand it. But it's not just that, because first of all, whether it be triggered by one action over another, we need to look at what Deana Rose has had to say. Now, not everyone may agree or trust her, but let's just look anyway, because there's some shocking claims or statements made regarding JJ and the murder video of Noah. So that's what we're looking at. Welcome to those that are currently here in this live premiere. If you are, feel free to engage with the live chat on the right hand side of the screen. And for anyone you watching on catch up, or you just simply reached the end of this video, let me know your thoughts regarding this ongoing situation with JJ Bumpass. Let me know down below in the comment section under this video your thoughts and questions, and I can respond back afterwards. You'll also find a pinned message by me at the top of the comment section with additional links if you do want to support this channel. Shout out and credit to those that have in recent time, Hardy Boys, I think Rebecca, and a few other people too. So that's all good and positive. If you simply want to catch up on recent coverage by me, earlier videos, ones from last night, key map analysis timelines, such as with Brylan Sweat, Mikey Lair, top right corner of the screen, if you hover over, you'll see an eye symbol. Click on it. Drop down box will have those videos if you've missed them, and the full playlist if you want to go back further. Okay? So with that being said, let's get straight into the latest news and see what Deana and JJ has had to say. Here we are, 19 hours ago. You see Deana Rose in caps, but yeah. Justice for Noah. Deana says, so why was JJ Bumpass? Even Bumpas is spelled like that by Deana Rose, so it must mean business. And let me just say something very quick. No, actually, no. I'll say it at the end of reading this paragraph, because everybody needs to hear this. It's quite important, okay? For those lurking in the background, make sure to listen in too. But first of all, Deana Rose says, so why was JJ Bumpass at the Walmart parking lot showing the tape he has of Noah Presgrove being beaten to death? Any one of the teens hanging out there a couple nights ago, ? Some of the teens went home telling their parents what was going on. Why does he have the tape? Why is he freely showing the murder tape? Where he get the tape? Oh yes, the death of Noah was recorded. Seems damn sick to me. Is it JJ's badge of honor? In my opinion, he's one sick, evil person. JS. What does that mean? Just so you know. At least several can witness they saw him showing tape and can't lie. He wasn't JMO. What is it with all these bloody initials? I don't think that's someone's name. Oh, just my opinion. There we go. I'm learning as we go along. So, you know, on the surface level, you've seen this for the very first time. It could come across very shocking. You know, who's JJ? Was supposedly a party goer that did attend it where Noah was at. Showing a tape, which is supposedly the murder tape, which supposedly shows people or a group beating Noah, and it reveals the identities of who's responsible. But why would JJ have that video? Someone passed it on to him. He recorded it. That's just basing it on what's being claimed here. I'm not stating anything as 100% a fact, just in case anyone does get mixed up. But it just sounds a bit shocking. Now, there are quite a few comments, and that's what we'll do. We'll have a brief look and then we can take a look at what JJ has had to say in response, because the good thing is with this page, I guess it does, well, I don't know if it welcomes because it's a private group, but you know, for JJ to be on this page, even if people don't like that or what, you get to see it from different points of views, and then you can observe the behavior with time and monitor any changes. But the important thing to acknowledge is not everybody might be on the same wavelength as for this video, because a lot of people watching right now might be thinking, well, like, Raf, who are you referring to? We've never heard of this person before. It's never been talked about, you know. We've heard of JJ Bumpass. We just haven't heard JJ Bumpass. Who is Bumpas? Bumpas is bump ass. It just depends how you pronounce it. And sometimes there can be a breakdown in communication. There can be a language barrier, right? It's like when I say yowl, or when Shirai says yowl, some people from America might not understand what we're saying. It happens at times. Now, there's no issue with Miriam because, like she said, she talks with no accent. I think I actually heard her voice once in my mind somehow, and it went something like this. Hello, my name is Miriam. I can see you. I don't have an accent, but I can still talk, thankfully. I am from Paris. You probably couldn't tell by how I sound, but I hope you're having a good day, and everybody is awesome, including Warlike Shrek. He's my Shrek, and I am very happy. Goodbye. Well, thank you. Thank you, Miriam, for speaking and contributing. That was much appreciated. But to, you know, bring back ourselves down to earth, JJ Bumpass, which most people are familiar with, JJ Bumpass, same individual, just a language barrier, that's it. We all get there in the end. Anyway, what do we need to break down first? Well, the date, the timing. When did this all happen? Supposedly JJ at a Walmart parking lot. I've heard that reference in the past, I believe, by Caden Pressey in the interviews. That's where they used to hang out, or at least in a different location at a parking lot. That's how they met up. That's how they got to know one another. Does that apply to JJ? Well, I don't know. But you know, the others, the Jacks, the Noah Presgroves, Isaac, maybe, Brylan, where they would hang out and drink in the past. As that's what's happening here, more so in recent time. It'd have to be 2023 onwards in order for it to be relevant to the case, in order to have footage, of course. But if it really is true, why would JJ be showing the tape to other people? Because it's cool to say, hey, look at me, or to intimidate people and say, this is what happens if you mess around with the ass, you get it too. So he didn't sit on his face. Why is he freely showing tape? Where he get tape? Why does it sound like a caveman talking? Where he get tape? Where we get food? Hungry. And he'd been light-hearted there. The death of Noah was recorded. So Deana seems very confident. Now, has Deana seen the footage, the video herself? Because that's how it comes across as, if you're very certain. We've got the exclamation marks, meaning this is a serious matter. But let's just see what people have to say in the comments section. All comments. Okay, oh, we've got some other ones loading. Cindy, disgusting. Oh, I hope this leads somewhere. It's been too long. Deana says, I don't know which tape he showed because there's 3 different tapes recorded from different locations. What? So, is Deana saying that Noah Presgrove was attacked, murdered? Well, just attacked in 3 different locations, beaten in 3 different spots. Why? That just seems a bit weird. And how far away are they from one another? 3 different tapes. So what, one on the party house property, one on the highway, and then one elsewhere, maybe in a field or so? And why moving about so much? Is it because Noah's trying to get away and then he gets captured again, then beaten, then runs away again? Or is it when deciding on where to dump his body? At what point in these tapes did Noah die, pass away? Was it in the first clip, the second video, or the 3rd tape? Weird. It's first time me hearing this as well, so it's like a raw reaction. Everybody in the chat, let me know what you think of this. Luana says the LEO in charge is not going to have anyone arrested, in my opinion. Were there camera in the parking lot? So I could probably do a map analysis of this, but I need to know the location. It doesn't matter about the date or time at this moment. But you say a Walmart car park. Where's that? Are we talking about Duncan? Are we talking about Ryan? Anywhere else in between? If anyone has an idea, let me know the location or the town, whatever you call it, where this Walmart is. And I could always do a street view analysis and give my thoughts further. Pam says there's 3 different videos of Noah Presgrove being beaten, ? Now, if I'm correct in saying, I'm sure I saw Pam Fieldman Garrison in the Sofa Sleuth group. I saw a screenshot of it, and I think it might have been by Vanessa Salazar's post, and I saw it in the corner on the photo. Pam was within the Sofa Sleuth group, I think. I think Pam may be the same one that said I talk too slow. That's unfortunate. Either way. Let's just see. Get off. Pure evil. Whole case is evil. The ones at the party were told second. In my opinion, I wrote down who, what happened, and is one of them. In my opinion, there are 2, possibly 3 more males and 2 adults. 1 M, 1 F. In my fucking hell, what the hell is this language? It's like Morse code. I think the girls knew after the fact, but didn't kill him, in my opinion. The girls knew, but didn't kill him. Right. People of interest, witnesses, in a way. Nicolene says, did you see the tape? Carolyn, no, just my opinion. You wrote it down from where? Were you told info? Just trying to understand. Sometimes the language can come across with a level of confidence which may be interpreted as a fact. Now, when I started following this case, I wrote down bits and pieces and wrote down on a paper, in my opinion, who I thought did it. Just thought, not completely on current subject post, but in my opinion, when the kids were back at the house after Caden and the other 3 boys got back from seeing Noah at the scene, why did the girls separate themselves from the boys in the living room and go back at the house to talk? I'm just imagining all of them there. I'd be sitting with Caden asking questions about what happened and was going on, and just the group consoling one another. I know he said they asked, is Noah really dead? Is that all they had to ask, or did they already know what happened? See, the thing is, Caden did say at some point when he was sat down watching TV, Logan, a female, the girl, Logan Jernigan did come and sit by the side of Caden, and there was some conversation. So there was a level of interaction. But I'm sure how it was worded in the past was at 5:15 when the news came out by Jack of Noah's death, and people were crying and upset, the girls gathered together in the first place because they stayed put at the house whilst the guys went out to the highway. So they were kind of already grouped together, and, you know, I'm not a female. I'm not a girl. I'm not a home girl, so I'm not going to know all the codes and all the meetups, whatever. I don't know. But they're probably going to maybe look out for one another, hold one another, talk and cry together. I don't know, something like that. Then when the guys come back and do their thing, then if the girls did shift into the kitchen area or dining area, is that because the guys went back to sleep, with the exception being Caden staying awake? Because like Brylan Sweat, Mikey, Isaac Rojas were like sleeping on the chairs, the recliners, the floor in general, near to Caden anyway. So if they returned back to sleep, sleeping in the same spots as they did earlier, then the girls, where would they have to sit or be? So that maybe they all collected in the kitchen or other room, just so there was more space. But you never know. You think about it, where people group together, oh, let's huddle together, let's talk it out, let's discuss the game plan whilst the boys are not here. See, there's different ways of looking at it, because who knows what conversations came about when the guys left the party house to go to the highway. What were the girls talking about? Now, there was claims that there's CCTV cameras inside of the house, but was there any footage retrieved? No. How unfortunate. You hear mentions of the outside cameras not working properly. What about the inside ones? And would they pick up audio? Because that'd be interesting to see what happened when some people were absent from the location. Anyway, why did it go? Okay, Kane asked questions about what happened. Yeah, we've seen that. Carolyn, I really don't know. I think they knew what happened there, probably to get their story the same, or girls hang together. In my opinion, what happened to Noah was caused by one of the girls, MO only. What does MO mean? You mean my opinion? my opinion also that one of them was present. One of the girls. When Ellie was talking to them as a group, I do remember one girl from that night pretending she didn't even know who Noah was. Is that Carter Combs? Now, if it really is, and people remember it, how did it come about? Was it a text message? Was it a post on social media? Does anyone have the screenshot of the girl claiming to not know who Noah was? Is there any proof or evidence of that? Because I would like to see it. Andrea, in my opinion, I agree. I believe that is why the two sisters were arguing outside of the house, because one of them is directly linked to his murder. It comes down to the timing of it all. I believe how it was worded was the sisters, Avery Carter, were outside of the house on the front porch arguing after Noah went missing. That's how it was worded. It wasn't mentioned as in they only started arguing once the news came about of Noah's death. It seemed to happen before that. So, is it more relevant to the death of Noah before the news spreads? Or is it just more so petty blaming one another for Noah wandering off and not being able to locate him? Oh, it's your fault. You should have let Noah into your bed. If he had access to your bed, he wouldn't have walked off and he wouldn't be missing right now. That's on you. And then the other person could respond back and say, yeah, but Carter, you are the designated driver. Noah wanted a lift back home and you didn't give him one. So maybe he walked off himself. That's on you. Do you see? The blame game can come about. So I think it's important to take in mind that event, but also when it actually happened, appearing to occur before the news of Noah's death coming out. Right. Shirai says, yes, the normal reaction is to be in disbelief. I want to know why and how. Right. Oh, shit. Oh, boy, I wasn't expecting this. Colten Newton has left a comment as well. Here we go. All the key names are coming up now. Let's see what Colton's got to say about JJ. JJ wasn't even in Oklahoma a couple nights ago. Y'all really just say anything. This is in relation to Deana Rose's post of JJ being at a Walmart recently, I'm guessing. And Colton says, you're lying. JJ wasn't in Oklahoma a few nights ago. It's interesting how Colton Newton says he wasn't in Oklahoma a few nights ago, so like multiple days ago, and yet Deana Rose's post, at least to what I saw, never mentioned anything about a date or time. So how does Colton Newton know? I mean, yeah, you can say a few nights ago he wasn't in Oklahoma, but how long for? Is it as long as in terms of leading up to now with what Deana has to say? If so, fair enough. If it was before that, and then he got back, well then it's still open for interpretation. Now, I do believe Colton Newton in his Snapchat post did refer to JJ being at the party, so he's not completely covering for JJ in case you're wondering, but Colton Newton did say that Travis Monson didn't attend the party, that Travis was with himself, Colton, and yet Caden Pressey said that Travis was at the party, so it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? But if you didn't know who Colton Newton is, he is the older brother to Jack Newton. Now, Ashley Downs responds saying, sometimes it's best to remain quiet if an attorney has never informed you of that. I just think it's interesting about Colton stating, a few nights ago, JJ wasn't even there, and yet Deana Rose never mentioned a day, a date, a time. At least from that one post that I saw. Maybe elsewhere, a previous post could mention it, but I'm just giving you my raw reactions on the spot. Carolyn responds, couple of nights ago could be 2 days, 5 days a week, so nice try. You're his friend, of course, you are going to defend him. But at the same time, is Colton really defending JJ when Colton in the Snapchat acknowledged that JJ was at the party? And yet Colton was the one to defend Travis Monson, to say he wasn't at the party, even though Caden Pressey said he was. So I think it's a bit loose in defending one another. Sometimes maybe, other times not. But how Carolyn says, could be 2 days ago, 5 days a week. Well, reality is normally when you use the word a couple of nights ago, it's like 2, maybe 3. It's kind of like with Stephanie Bacon. Shout out to the Baconator, who has an appointment booking with Warlight Raff one-on-one consultation in a couple of days' time, right? Like 2 or 3 days, and then it will happen. So to say 5 days a week, well, that's more then. You start saying a dozen, that does not mean 1 day, it means many. A certain number, I can't remember the exact figure, but you get what I'm saying. Certain vague words actually mean a certain set number of days. So a couple means 2, maybe 3, pushing it. Not 5 days or a week, that'll be other references and terms used. Joyce, he doesn't know how to. Oh no, Deana Rose claps back with Colton. I don't give a damn where JJ Bumpass is. What he's doing? What he's doing it with. I didn't say it. It was kids at Walmart parking lot telling their parents about it. Wait, hold on. I didn't give a damn where JJ is, what he's doing, or he's doing it with. I didn't say it. Wait, you mean you didn't say that JJ was at Walmart? You're saying that there was a group of random kids at the parking lot talking to their parents about what happened. About what? About that video? About the night it happened? About earlier on in the day when JJ was present at Walmart with the kids and then the kids then pass it on to the parents later? Oh no, it's a bit confusing this. Some kids talking about it. So don't come at me for asking why. Why would kids make that up and then go home and tell their parents? Find that out, then you got your answer. Not my job to find out the answer. It might not be your job to find the answer, but you've definitely made it your job to state a lot with confidence, which is interesting. JJ means nothing to me. I have a life that is full and busy, and JJ isn't part of my time. Ask some oof, the parents yelling the story. It's all over town. We got Joyce, the burger dealer, burger man, burger woman, I don't know, burgers all around. Wasn't it just recent he admitted being at the party and JJ as well? Yeah. There we go. Burger is on the same level as me because I do like burgers. That's good. I saw it. We saw it. The Snapchat. Colton admitting it. But he was there at one point. JJ too. But he did defend Travis, even though Ken Pressey said Travis was at the party. So yeah, it makes Colton appear as a liar, but there was a bit of truth to what Colton was saying in terms of JJ, I'm guessing, right? Caroline, when they finally make arrest, shaking my head, want to fly out there so I can see what real evil looks like. Vanessa Salazar says, what about you stating he was there, retracting your own statements? This is going around. What's that one? Nothing to do. It's never true. Tries with me. Yeah. Me personally, I don't think that Colton is retracting his statement because it's 2 separate events. The party is a separate event which occurred last year, 2023. This parking lot situation in recent time at Walmart is a completely different event. You can have an individual that may defend someone in one event but not in the other for numerous reasons. So I don't think there's much retracting when it's 2 separate events. Oh, Colton Newton responds back to Vanessa saying, I did say that, but I didn't know if he was there or not. I just knew that Travis wasn't. Also, I wasn't even there. So y'all shouldn't be asking me who was and wasn't at the party. Oh no. So Vanessa Salazar may be 1 step ahead because what was mentioned here I didn't agree with, but what's mentioned now I do agree with. It's what the fuck has just gone on here? Colton says, I just knew that Travis wasn't at the party, but I did say that I didn't know if JJ was there or not. What? Hold on. Let's just see that. Jay Ping at the house. JJ was there, not Travis. Colton says JJ Bumpass was at the party. He was there. And now Colton says, but I didn't know if he was there or not. So why would you say he's there when now you're saying you don't know if he isn't? Right, Colton has definitely flipped the tables around and contradicted himself. This is horrendous, right? Within the same thread the photo up there and what he's got to say now. This is definitely backtracking. This is not good, right? I can't believe this has happened, if I'll be honest with you. Now, does it mention it here as well? It's never true. Travis was with me. He is every day. Right, so it might have been on another screenshot where Colton did say he was at the party. Now, I don't have it with me in the moment, but I can basically relate to you what it was roughly going on about. Colton Newton said on the Saturday he attended the party. He was talking with Carter Combs. Jack Newton, younger brother, got jealous, told him to not come back the next day, so he didn't. Now, that may differ with what Cade and Pressy saw at the party, like Colton being present, but still, that's just what Colton said. He was there in his mind. From what he said, Colton was present at the party for at least one day, at least. And yet Colton is now saying that I wasn't even at the party, so y'all shouldn't be asking me who was and who wasn't. Now, if he didn't mention the bit about at the party and just speaking very vague, you could say, well, okay, it makes sense. Colton wasn't there at the parking lot to know whether or not anything did happen, whether JJ was there or not. But to finish the line off and say, you know, who was and wasn't at the party, I wasn't there, even though Colton did say he was there himself on the Saturday, but couldn't come back the next day because Jack told him not to. But Cade and Pressy has said he was there. This is catastrophic. High levels of incompetence. Wow. What do people have to say about it, though? Jerry, if you didn't know JJ was there, then why did you say he was? Yep. Vanessa, I reread your post. I thought you were talking about the party night. You meant 2 days ago? Right. So Vanessa is trying to use the same reasoning ability as me, but in terms of the language and wording, he finished the sentence off with wasn't at the party. Not the parking lot, as in recent time, but the party of 2023. This is like becoming like English class. I've got to bring it all back. I thought you were talking about, okay. I do agree JJ and Jack are working in Nashville now. Colton, because she said he pinged at the house. Wait, what does Jerry say? If you didn't know JJ was there, then why did you say he was? Because she said he pinged at the house. Who is she said he pinged at the house? Does that mean that the unknown friend in that Snapchat text conversation was actually a she, a female friend of Noah? What's going on here? Weird. Ali, okay, lil boy. Run along now. You're going to threaten others as you have done in the past with the screenshots. Pay 'em, says to Deana. Then say which kids and parents are saying it so they can be questioned. Now, I wonder if Pam Fieldman Garrison will relay this over to the Sofa Sleuth group page. I'm sure I've seen Pam in that page. Apologies if I'm getting mixed up with another Pam, because there's a lot of wham, pam, bam, bam all over the place. Deana Rose, the parents are handling it. Which parents? Noah Presgrove's parents? JJ Bumpass parents? Who? Rita. Come on, Pam. Come on, man. For heaven's sake, post their names. You want her to post a bunch of kids' names on here and put them in danger so then maybe they could be relayed on elsewhere? Pam says, I understand what you're saying. Now, I wonder if I should say this very slow because I think they don't like it when I say it slow. I understand what you're saying. However, why can she post JJ's name and possibly put him in danger? I get that y'all have theories that may differ from mine, but what if your theory and Deana's accusations are wrong? She's literally posting her say that JJ was sharing a video of him unaliving someone. Why are we using the word unaliving? Let's not use woke language. Let's just say killing, murdering. Just like when people say suicide, but they use the other word for it. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't seen proof of any of these videos, so I think it's incredibly reckless to post it as hearsay. If it's true, then wouldn't JJ remember who these kids were? Deana herself in jeopardizing their safety by even mentioning this in the first place. Shaking my head. Deana is outing to everyone that these kids told their parents and the whole town is talking about it. If I be honest with you, yeah, If it was worded as a theory, an idea, an opinion, you could be a bit safer, as long as you do it appropriately. But how Deana comes across is very confident in what she knows, what she believes, and trying to put the message across, but not everybody will believe in that because it might come across as a bit dodgy because of the caps lock or the exclamation marks. People may not take it serious. Other people because of the spelling mistakes, typing before thinking. So just these little factors along the way, how people measure the trust and belief in someone goes a long way. So just my thoughts there. Rita, I didn't say anything about him being guilty of anything, and I didn't say Deana was right to post what she did. In fact, in my opinion, she shouldn't have posted anything about any information she says she has, especially when involving innocent kids who possibly saw what she says they did. They're not suspected of being involved in any crimes, and posting their names does put them in danger. In my opinion, if a person lies about certain facts involving Noah's death, they brought their own self into it. So I wouldn't compare innocent bystanders to JJ. Pam plays both sides of the fence, reveals what people say to those in Sofa Sleuth. Yeah, so there's confirmation here that Pam is in the Sofa Sleuth page group. We've seen it with the screenshots, and she's here as well. And Pam doesn't like when I talk slow. And Brooke Bounds Carter did not acknowledge my eyebrows, was more focused on Vanessa Salazar's eyebrows. Oh my God, I'm getting real petty right now. Got to calm down. Jamie, that's correct. JJ's in Tennessee with Jack working. This is a lie about the Walmart story, like I said before. All right, this is a lie about the Walmart. So, if Deana was truthful in some stuff but wrong with this, it can impact the overall credibility. This is true, it's disgusting. Andrea Chubrov, you might as well start tagging him in your post. Brenda, oh my God, this is horrible. Leads to an arrest. Hope so, very soon. I'm in awe of how this has gone on. In my opinion, authorities need to step up. Screaming from California. Question, wasn't he Bumpass, one named to be on the scene? On the scene, what? The highway, when and where? Trish is an individual that doesn't seem to like my videos, but it is where it is. I feel like if all this is true, airing it out on social media is just going to jeopardize the investigation. But you have no problem in participating with the pages and communicating with them. Interesting. Why give these suspects insight into what is known so they can come up with alibis, lies, and get rid of evidence? It's just going to prolong the investigation that everyone is complaining. Why aren't there any arrests yet? I understand everyone is super passionate about getting justice, but we have to ask ourselves, are posting some of these things helping or hurting the process of the investigation? Well, to be honest, when it came to the Dylan Rounds case, an absolute shit show when it came to online, an absolute catastrophe in reality. And guess what? The case was dragged out, not solely by that, but more so by the incompetence of the LE and how they handled things and wasted opportunities with evidence DNA along the way. And some people trespassing too on maybe property, slowing things down. In terms of the digital aspect online, very strong statements made, lots of damaging misinformation, disinformation, and yet the case was still solved. So I don't think that it's the be all and end all when it comes to these discussion pages, especially if it's private, if it's a smaller group, it's not going to have as much of a negative impact on the case. But if the justice page went downhill, that's just a scenario. That's got like 62,000 members. So if everyone became corrupted by that, there's more chance of it spreading about quicker. You know what I'm saying? So it does come down to the audience size, the size, how well known the place is, and the language too. Deana Rose, at least from my point of view, I would not be typing like Deana Rose because I feel like it could backfire on me. That's why I use the appropriate language, what I do. What else do we have? Deana Rose says, don't you think he knew the word would spread like crazy, man? Like it assured a reason for doing what he did. One good thing is, the witnesses, he left. I actually don't think that. He honestly doesn't present himself as that bright. Those parents need to be going to Ellie with this also. What ignorant parent would risk their child's safety by asking you to make this public? Unbelievable. Please implore the parents to go to the OHP with this. I think the parents should have common sense to do it themselves without being told, right? Especially if they are aware of the Noah Presgrove situation already. Pam says to Deana, if I'm following this correctly, you're saying JJ Bumpass had a specific reason for showing the group of kids definitely didn't know it would spread like wildfire. Rita, please don't just do what someone asks you to do again. Just tell them to take it to LE and you do the same. Yeah, was it? I don't know if it's in this comment section somewhere, but I'm sure I read it in another spot where Deana said, I posted what I did because one of the parents told me to do so. Well, that parent must be very unprofessional then, if they think it's more important just to spread it online than for them to take it to the police themselves. How weird is that? Now, Derek says, if you know so much, why are you posting it on social media instead of taking it to law enforcement? Have you talked to law enforcement? Maybe this is where we get the response. Deana says, this was not my thing. I wasn't there. I didn't see it going on. The parents at least I can't even spell that, to Ellie about it. I put it in social media. Oh my God. Because one of the parents asked me to. Not my job to get the answers to this. One of the parents asked Deana to post this. Well, those parents are a little bit incompetent. Shouldn't they have common sense to think, yeah, let's spread it on social media, get all the likes and all the attention. But by the way, I'm probably not going to send it into LE because it's too hectic and hard. Or is it? I mean, it just seems silly. Why would that parent tell you to do it online? Weird. Tommy, dear Lord, you're putting out this information based on hearsay. This post should be deleted, just muddying the waters. Dear Lord, Tommy! Parking lot full of kids. Parents being told, you honestly think they all are making it up? No, they are not. Makes little sense to me why this has not been brought to LE. All CI's information is based on hearsay that's given to LE. Duh. Oh, sorry, Laura. I didn't type in capital letters. Who is Laura referring to? What, Deana Rose or what? Anyway. All CI's information is based on hearsay that's given to the LE. Duh. What is your problem, man? You post conjecture and should be deleted. Dear Lord, where's your proof? Just my opinion. There we go. Tommy, you can spew all the hate you want towards me. Shows so much about your character. Oh, that's towards Laura. Oh. Jalen. Then it is a rumour question. In my opinion, she has no names of all the parents to back it up. It absolutely makes no sense. All these parents are going together in the parking lot in a public place to show evidence. That is ridiculous. It does sound like a silly situation. Deana Rose. Jalen. Not once did I say the parent meatballs, meat bin, make... I think we've malfunctioned. Not once did I day the parent met bin parking lot. The kids who were there told parents about it when they got home. Right, okay. And Laura says, why don't you go somewhere outdoors and expel your pent-up gases? Because you're full of it. JS allegedly. He's full of gas. He's probably got a Bumpas. It's going to inflate so big like a Chinese spy balloon, a hot air balloon. It's going to burst all over the place. How do I know? I experienced it myself when I sat down and it burst. My ass completely destroyed itself. Yes, Warlight Wrath will be starting a GoFundMe. Go fuck me. No, sorry, wrong one. Please give money. Me need money. Long time for implants. What the fuck? Oh no. Tommy, agreed, it makes no sense that people just make up Noah deserves justice and this is not the way to get it. I guess there's a process to it all. And even language and wording really goes a long way. Time and time again, I do see it falling apart. I'm so sorry, you're a miserable, delusional person. Pray to whatever demon you worship. Oh no, maybe he can help you because I can't, and neither can God with that ugly spirit. Now leave me alone. Tracy, it's everyone's job to make sure we're not posting lies or BS. If you didn't see it with your own eyes or hear it with your own ears, then yeah, please don't post it so others think there could be justice soon. Like false hope, basically. At least I have a character. Oh, Laura Dudding getting a little bit sassy. The bad boss. Moving on. George. Some people have said this George account is a fake one. Who knows? Oh yeah, because they also have issues with my videos. Oh well. Why does this feel like more of the same old breaking news type posts that always tend to fizzle out and go nowhere? And why post it here? Why not just pick up the phone and call it in as a tip? I didn't even see allegedly used in this post, so sounds like more like a fact, but is it really? And Anita says, anything like this needs to go to Ellie, not her. So people do seem to agree with this one. Tom says, this is absolutely horrific if true. If not, it's even more horrific to put information out with no factual evidence, so possible misinformation. Derek, Deana cannot or will not substantiate this information. It matters. Oh, this is to Michael Facecast. It matters not. She ended up the post with JMO, just my opinion. Yeah, that is a bit of a unfortunate outcome. This isn't the first inflammatory post she's made with zero evidence to back it up. It's not looking too good, this. Michael says, Deana, please do not post stuff on here. Ooh. So Michael Facecast is a key individual, a good person, and has been helpful in the past. And I believe, I don't know if he's an admin or what, but, you know, he's been quite vocal in the case for the right reasons. For Michael to say to Deana, do not post this stuff. It's getting serious now. Tiffany, if such a thing actually existed, law enforcement would have had it months ago. There's no privacy when it comes to filming stuff or taking pictures on your phone these days. And even if deleted, it can still be accessed. This sounds completely asinine. And if it were true, I don't think reporting it to the authorities and not Facebook would be the proper response. You know, Shannon says to Michael, you're a mod. Why don't you delete her post? Ooh, bit of responsibility shifting back and forth. I think things could be getting a little bit tense, but regardless of what happens, maybe I will do a prediction at the end of this video. I think it's time, and I'm being serious, I think it's time for Warlike Ref to make a prediction within this. So, Misty. Oh, we got another Misty. But at least on my channel, there'll always only be one Misty, and that's clear. I wonder if someone would be willing to call the police station, sheriff officer to verify the information has been reported to them. That would help clarify more to this post. Julie, how did you find this out? Is there any proof of it? I follow this case every day and never heard of it. And that can apply to many other things. A lot of stuff that Deana has said, which I've never heard of. And we've not publicly seen the proof. Rita, she says she got it from parents whose kids went home and told them. And Julie said, I hope the parents are having this brought to the attention of the LE. Right, okay, so the kids may have gone home to tell the parents, but why did the parents think to reach out to Deana Rose of all people? That's the real question. So again, over and over, the parents should be going to the LE. Yep. Where did this come from? Do you have any proof to back this claim up? If so, yep. Yep. Oh, here we go. So there was a separate post by JJ Bumpass, or Bumpass, or Bumpas. Really, it should be Bumpass. Pass in, can I have a free pass? Yeah, but pass, ass, and ass is the same thing. Or it might mean donkey. Oh well. Maybe well. So JJ is surprised by this, thinking, wow, really, Deana? You're really saying that about me? Now, it's quite subdued by JJ's response at the moment, but let's see if it escalates. Vanessa says, I don't like you, Bumpass, but I don't think you would be stupid enough to show it on a parking lot then. Again, messaging Raf-like war. Raf-like war? What is that, Vanessa? Is that Warlike Raf from Temu and Wish.com? Jesus Christ. Raf-like war sounds like one of those Asian YouTubers that gets it mixed up. Joining us today is Raf-like war. Long time low see. Raf-like war, long life, long noodles. Love you long time, me need money, me need a car to come on over, please. Oh, Jesus, Vanessa. Oh my God, man, Vanessa, what's happening? Anyway, and ask Raf him not to say Bumpass. That was pretty stupid. I mean, besides being a compulsive liar, possibly have a thing for minors from what I've seen and heard. And also, I like to post photos with blood on your face. I believe you are in Nashville, Jack. Well, one thing that we can confirm, bump ass or not, or Bumpas, impersonator, fake account here and there, the real Bumpass is not the only person to have blood on their face. Isn't that right? Anyway, JJ Bumpass does say, that's insane to say I like minors. I never messaged that guy either, but okay. Is it illegal to have a picture with blood on my face? It shouldn't be illegal to have blood on your face because it could be your own blood. It could maybe blood from an animal if you've been hunting. There's like numerous reasons there, so I understand that. But let's just say the photo, and I'm not saying it is, but in a different scenario, if the photo, like a selfie of a person with blood on the face, was on the same day, time, and maybe the same location as the party, then you could say it's a bit dodgy, right? Because it's relevant, the timing, the possible location. But that photo, I don't know. I can't confirm whether or when that photo was taken of JJ with supposedly blood on his face. But it does appear that JJ does confirm it was blood, actual blood. Was it human blood or animal? If it was human, was it his own or someone else's? Was it serious or was it minor? No pun intended there. So that's worth looking into. And the photo itself, when was that photo taken and where? Because it needs to be a certain date, it needs to be a certain year for it to be relevant to the party, and then it could serve as some kind of evidence. But if it's taken at a different time, then it's irrelevant, at least in my opinion. So yeah. But what else do we say here? Vanessa says to JJ, not illegal, but it's gross. Also look here. A screenshot there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my encounter. But anyway, that JJ reached back out to me. You know, for anyone watching right now, everyone watching right now, that JJ account did reach out to me and said, thank you for trying to pronounce my name correctly. It was close enough. I do appreciate it. And just thank you in general. And I responded back with was, that's okay, take care. Thanks for commenting. So quite positive, under control, all fine. You know, maybe it wasn't the real JJ Bumpass, a fake ass, but a better ass, to be honest. That weird saying that the fake person is better than the real person. That's weird. Very weird, just like this case. Vanessa says, someone who knows you and who I will not betray by stating his name said you like little girls. No joke, and being that they know you very well. Is this in relation to that Snapchat conversation of that supposed friend of Noah Presgrove with an anonymous name reaching out to Colten Newton or something? I don't know. That's not me. Say it. Say what? Vanessa, I figured the wording wasn't you, but perhaps someone in your circle did. Either way, if any more bump asses want to come on in and, you know, share positive comments, you're welcome to do so. Whether that be on YouTube or on maybe elsewhere, more so YouTube. Any more bump asses like the clan, the group, the cult, whatever, come on down, man. It'll be fine. Michelle, let's just clarify this right now, Vanessa. You don't think JJ shared any video in a parking lot, but you are insinuating he likes little girls. How is this constructive in finding the truth for Noah? What the heck? So I think this is still in relation to the Snapchat conversation between an anonymous friend of Noah Presgrove reaching out to Colton Newton and referencing, quoting what JJ Bumpass did when providing evidence for a certain timestamp. Instead, it was a photo of Caden Pressey at a much younger age. And I think what Vanessa Salazar has done here was make a reference to that. But did Vanessa use quotation marks? No. So because Vanessa Salazar didn't use quotation marks, it sounds like more like a statement coming from Vanessa. So it can backfire on her, or people have the right to then question Vanessa saying, oh my God, you're saying that about someone? That's quite strong. If you use quotation marks and you give a reference where it came from, then people can't counter you as much. Just like when it comes to a title of a video, use a question mark. It goes a long way. You might be confident yourself, you might be certain yourself, but sometimes it's just about, you know, planning ahead, just in case there's some awkward people out there that, you know, answer back. And that's like the situation here. But I think Michelle doesn't understand the full context. Just by saying likes little girls, that, whoa, hold on a minute. Are you saying that? Or is that coming from what someone else has said? You need to give a source, you need to give quotation marks, and then it will fix it. Now, who's this? Sean N. Moo Labatt. We got a cow in town. Well, just because it says moo, that's all. Right. In response to Vanessa, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But if we want to play dirty, then we can't forget Noah liked -2 then. I mean, Is that the reference to Phelan or the reference to Nevaeh? A 16-year-old at some point, and Noah at what age? 18, 19, and supposedly a pregnancy scare as well. Yeah, I do understand that. You know, whilst Noah is the victim in this case, if you want to be balanced, you got to look at the positives and negatives with almost everyone. It can make you a black sheep. I know for certain because it's happened in the past with me. Anyway, Sean says, Noah was dating an underage girl, so it's only right to point that out if we're going to point out JJ Bumpass liking underage girls as well. Now, I'm not trying to choose sides or anything, but I speak the truth. Well, if I'd be honest with you, if you were saying that Noah likes dating underage girls at the time, and if it's true what Caden Pressey says, that he heard Noah yelling at Jack at the party because Jack supposedly was flirting with Noah's girlfriend, who may have been an underage girl, if you're going to say that Noah likes underage girls, you might as well then throw it on to Jack Newton as well. Oh, we've got a never-ending chain cycle, haven't we? Bloody hell. Anyway. But if we're going to point out JJ Bumpass liking underage girls, well, now, I'm not trying to choose sides or anything, but I speak the truth. All men like younger women. Is that so? All men like younger women? All men want to pop the cherry? Jesus Christ, what are we doing? This sounds more dodgy than 50 Shades of Wrath. Damn. All men get older and want young eye candy instead of dry puss. Oh, no, man. See, this is the thing. It's all under control. Oh, do you know what? I don't think it's the right time or place to be going dodgy, not when it's a case like this, but Jesus Christ. At the end of the day, a human may like another human. There might be some factors, practicalities to take in mind along the way. Oh my God. This is not a therapy session. This is not a counselling session. This is not... Oh no. Jesus Christ. Dry puss. What the hell? You don't have to worry about bumpus then. Young men also aren't mature enough for women their age, so they date down or date younger females. Also, young men may like to play mind games and younger women are easier to manipulate. But let's focus on the facts and case solving. Yeah, let's just focus on the one-sided nature of all this. Men this, men that. Let's not look the other way. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Vanessa, we see where this is going. You must love JJ. And actually, the age of the girl he messed with is 13 years old. For JJ, it's quite sick. What? What does that mean? What was the age of the girl there at the time? What was the age of Jack? I thought Jack was the same age as Noah. Am I wrong? He keeps photos of little boys on his phone again. Several have seen it. Why have other people seen it then? JJ says, wow, Vanessa. Sean says, have you seen it? How does this affect solving the case? I love you just as much as I love JJ Bumpass. You're both strangers to me. But why do you love strangers then? But why bring up him liking younger women when Noah too had a thing for younger women? How do any of these facts even matter to solving this case? You say that Noah had a thing for younger women, but wasn't that taught within the communities that Noah supposedly liked older women too? And some people were saying Stevie Howard's name. What the hell's that all about? Anyway, Sean says, you want to solve this case even if it means being out of pocket? We're here to discuss facts of a case to solve it. Not one, but you give any Fs what any of these girls or dudes are doing in the bedroom. Why are you so mad? He F'd your daughter's little sister, little cousin or something. What? Either way, bringing up those facts don't solve the case. This is why you could never be a lawyer. I mean... Sean is a male name, right? Am I correct in saying that? It's just because in that profile picture there is a male and a female, so they must be together as a couple. Now, what does the wife think of this language and wording and mentality? You know what I'm saying? Or is it the other way around? Who knows? Sherry, this is something I have a very hard time believing. I don't say much in the groups, but I don't know anyone that would be that stupid. Michelle, seriously, why are you dragging JJ Bumpass? What's the purpose? Underage girls and little boys on his phone. I've seen it. That's what you said. So how about I say you are a known liar and I know it because several people have told me so. How that worked for you? Stop with the BS. So a lot of people are having a go at Vanessa Salazar. I think maybe quite a lot of this could have been minimalised if quotation marks and sources were given. I know it's repetitive. It takes longer. It's hard to do maybe, but it does really help. It also comes down to what position you're in. If you're in a more important situation, you're more likely to consciously think about it, like me, because with me doing YouTube. Sharon says, these posts always give me hope that justice for Noah is coming soon. Don't post something if it's only your opinion unless you state that it is. It's heartbreaking to think that someone stood there videoing whilst he suffered. If all the phones were wiped clean supposedly, can the videos be recovered? FBI needs to investigate soon. So, if phones were wiped at the party, did that involve the murder videos? And if so, then how were they recovered afterwards? And what was the intent to recover them? Because if it's by one of the suspects or dodgy people, then why would they be re-downloading or re-obtaining something that they deleted in the first place when they were probably getting rid of it, so there was no evidence, but now they want the evidence back? Why? Michael says, Deana, please do not post this stuff on here as you're going to put people in danger. Wow. Starting to get quite serious here. Michael says, please do not post the stuff on here. You're going to put people in danger. Why has that been posted twice, though? Maybe it was like a glitch or something. Oh, yeah, Michael had to tag Deana in a second post. Yeah. JJ Bumpass says, a couple of nights ago, I'm on my way to Oklahoma right now and haven't been in Oklahoma in over a month. And that's what JJ has to say. So this is the thing. What Colton said earlier kind of matches up with this here in a way. But then again, not quite. JJ is a bit more specific, as in when he's returning back. This is 14 hours ago where he says he's on the way back to Oklahoma after being away from the place. And yet it was Colten Newton that said JJ Bumpass a couple of days ago was not in Oklahoma. A couple of days ago, meaning he was away from Oklahoma, but now he's back. And yet 14 hours ago, JJ said, I'm not back yet, but I'm on the way back. Right? Dodgy. And to say that JJ himself, I've not been in Oklahoma in over a month. And yet Colten Newton says JJ's out of Oklahoma a couple of days ago. Makes it sound like he's only left in recent time. But JJ saying he's been away for much longer. How weird. Vanessa, this I believe. You were in Nashville with Jack, but that being said, you were still a compulsive liar who was there when Noah died. I know that you're speaking the truth and we're in Tennessee working and this is untrue and a blatant lie, as do others. This is completely out of line and ridiculous that she would even post this, Deana. When it isn't even possible and you were in a completely different state, this post needs to be deleted as this is easily verifiable, is it? And clearly wasn't even looked into in order to see if it was possible by her before posting. Well, don't worry, when it comes to the title of this video, I'll make sure it's very specific and clear, but I think, you know, what's been swept under the rug is Colton Newton's attitude and what he's had to say today. Well, not as in literally today, but the video that I'm doing today, what he said recently, and it's just not good. Massive U-turn. And, people can say, yeah, but we've heard it before in the past, but we're actually seeing it in the moment. Before and after what's been said. That's really important, where you can actually look at it visually. Melanie Fagan, shout out to Melanie, because I think they do like the videos now, which is good. I agree, this is total BS. Deana says, my God, this is not a lie. It wasn't like exact few days ago, but damn sure happened. There are tons of teens that were witness to it. Ultimate kids told parents about it. This is not my story, but I'm still going to tell it anyway. This is the ones that I saw with your own eyes. AI, or Al, simply ask questions. I don't even know JJ. Never seen him. He would have stood out like a sore ass if he did. I don't give a flip. I don't give a hoot what he does, who he does it with, where he goes, or who he's with. He's nothing to me but a person at a party house and Noah died. JJ means nothing to me, but when multiple people talk about such an event, parents talking about it, it's natural some people would have questions about this event. Good God, countless teens and parents are not wrong. So they're in the right for not telling the police, then. How weird. And that appears to be it there. Now, maybe the reason why parents haven't gone to Ellie to report it in because it may have never happened. And in terms of what other people have said in this chat, or the comments, is that it's verifiable that JJ is innocent in this situation and was somewhere else completely different. Now, I wouldn't know personally because I've not seen it myself, but I'm not going to contest it too much because when it does come to Deana Rose, I am skeptical from the beginning, right? Even when people may have bowed down to them, okay? As I said, I can be one step ahead. Right, maybe people won't believe me, but when it came to the Dylan Rounds case, the biggest bullshitters, at times, typed in capital letters. I know other times it'll be for other reasons, and that kind of applies to Deana Rose because of her vision or something. I know there's exceptions, and I know other times people will do it in caps lock just because to make a point bold, and some may do it because of technical issues and whatnot, but still, right, on the odd occasion, I can't explain it clear enough, but in my mind, I know, right? So in the past with the Dylan Rounds case, caps lock, bullshit, loudmouth, rubbish, waste of time, knobhead. Simple as. Certain circumstances. Does that apply here within Noah Presgrove? It's starting to look like that a little bit, and that's unfortunate. Because if this page is supposed to be a good place and then Deana tarnishes the credibility of it, it impacts everyone else. And if any of the dodgy people within the case are now unfairly, unjustly attacked now, then they might be supported and defended. So it makes them kind of look better and they may gain favour and support. But then does that divert attention from who they are and what they were back then? So can't forget that either. But anyway, JJ Bumpass says, a couple of nights ago, I'm on my way to Oklahoma. I mean, yeah, you ever seen that? Wait, was that posted twice then or something? I don't know why. Oh, whatever. Maybe anyway, Sean Moo. Why didn't any of these kids take a recording of the... What? Take a recording of a recording. Yeah, I get that. That would lead to the following proofs. Video, I guess, was always accidental death. Why am I even going on? It would lead to a solved case. Am I effing stupid, or why wouldn't these idiots record the recording or even do a voice record if they feared they didn't want to as to record the footage? A lot of recording, at least a voice record. Jesus Christ, whatever. I don't believe this. I can. Why does this feel like more of the same old break? Yeah, we've seen that. Oh, have we gone through all the comments now? I think when you get towards the end. Yeah. I think, did it kick me off or something? That's so weird. It must have kicked me off from the comments because it reset. Anyway, that's what Deana Rose has had to say, and I'm not seeing any proof or evidence, and there seems to be very strong counterpoints to prove that JJ is innocent in this regards. But let's not forget what Colton Newton has said himself. Now, if I can back up a bit, get off, and if we go to this one, JJ 14 hours ago did his own separate post saying, is Deana Rose her real name? If not, why is it? Now, there are some people laughing and joking along with JJ Bumpass, but hopefully people don't just suddenly side with the individual out of this event because of Deana Rose. I've seen it with the Dylan Rounds case, not with those within the case, but in the community, dysfunctional, problematic humans in which other humans about have decided to, laugh along, all happy and nice now. We're siding with this person now because of other ongoing events. We're all with the same cause and we do support and we do believe you on this occasion, but you're still an ass in the past, but we're actually going to look past that now. We're going to turn the other cheek, no pun intended, and we're going to actually all be friends now and together forever. Is that what's going to happen here? I don't know. Got to be careful, right? Let's just see. Now I'm just going to get some water because my throat is a little bit dry. So, where Moo says people are getting dry here and there of a certain age. My God, my voice is dry right now and I'm only 24. So, Amy, but a different Amy, says, I think she is a total imposter with a fake profile. She posts the most bizarre shit, and yet a handful of people have believed in it, though. Right? Because I remember in the past, it wasn't that long ago, I was looking at comments and there was a range of people defending Deana Rose. So, have things changed? We've got Rachel. Louder, milk! Louder, daddy! I want some milk! Milk in the cookies? Cookies in the milk. I got that mixed up. You can look her up via public voting records. She's in her early 70s and lives in Comanche. So like when talk about the vision, the eyesight, tapping in caps lock, that makes sense. Amy says, how do you know it's her? People open profiles all the time. Some with that other women who was on there for a while in the late 70s, but nobody believed. She said her phone number and offered video calls. Why would you offer video calls? What for? But she never ever would accept the video calls. She had a whole profile of photos. That account has since been deleted. Wish I could remember her name. My opinions make people mad. I can't help how I feel about someone anymore than can help how few people... Okay. Dusty. Local people have talked to her directly about it, and local people have been friends with that Facebook account for a while. Right. So that parking lot scenario and those kids going to the parents back home and then the parents reaching out to Deana Rose. Why did they reach out to Deana Rose though? Because she's just a local. She's well known. She's a celebrity. What? Becky, she's real, but she's annoying and started drama between everyone. Then she blocks them. She's also caused others to get blocked from other groups. Doesn't sound good. Leanne, I thought same thing. I mean, I'm very glad she's all for justice for Noah, but from her very first post I called her out. Family already have told me they don't know what she's talking about. Oh, yes. Skeptical. Where are you? I'll say your name multiple times, summon you on the spot. Corey, looks like you're right. Skeptical. It's another Corey situation. That's what it sounds like. Rachel, louder, milk, says, honestly, you don't really know. I had my suspicions about Siobhan. Who the fuck is Siobhan? But she was easily found to be an actual person in Oklahoma. As far as this one goes, her granddaughter who lives in the area has spoken publicly about her. Her profile is an open book as well. I don't know, I've put all these bits of info together to make my own determination that she's a real life person. I just think she's very gullible and runs to Facebook and everything she's told. Right. Katie, glad you remembered that because I'd forgotten about it. Amy, nobody knows what she's talking about, including her. I have respect where it's due. But you suddenly appear on here and share so much bizarre information that you claim as the backbone shows what you've done about it. Talk about what you've done with it if you can't share it. I'm sick of the people on here saying there are doctors, cops, coroners, girlfriends, best friends, secret agents. Oh my God, the list is so long. I literally put them in a bag of old broken toys. And at the end of the day, twist narratives, rebuke discussions about just for Noah, promoting innocence of bad guys, stick in the spokes, angry, post categorizing a Howard Combs, Newton, Elias accounts. I don't give a flying rat's ass how many photos they have at senior meals. I'm not buying what they're selling. Right. So basically, the individual that Amy's referring to is they don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know themselves. Right. I almost like my own comment because I totally stand by it. Yeah, she's gotten me blocked from one of the groups, but more power for myself. Wow. Which group was that? The Army page or the Justice page? Amy says, well, isn't she a breath of fresh air? With you, people agree. Tiffany, she's in her early 70s but has kids Noah's age. And she said at one time or another she thought of him as part of her family and that her kids had gone to school with him or played sports with him. I could absolutely be mistaken. As soon as she asks for any kind of valid explanation to their nonsense, they get defensive. Yeah. Is she? Because I think she is inconsistent and pushes the narrative that she knows all. She knows all the secrets, but really she knows what we all know, nothing. Rachel, louder, milk, says, no, you're absolutely right. I just said the same exact thing in a DM earlier today. I think she's definitely off her rocker, but I've also got decent amateur detective skills and everything matches up to her being who she says she is. Louder, milk, says, I think it's her grandkids. Okay, whatever. Yeah, if you want to look at that, you can. I'm not doubting her identity whatsoever. What I'm doubting is the nonsense she spews out. You know, to be honest, even if you're a bit unsure what she says and what, just the spelling goes a long way. The sentence structuring or the lack of it, that goes a long way. That's all I need to look at to get an idea of whether to believe it or not. I definitely think she loved Noah, that's evident, but yeah, she's a strange bird. Laura says 81. Totally agree, I was trying to be helpful. Just showing Tiffany. Stephanie Bacon! Back in town. Mickey White. I know Mickey Mouse. And we were right about her. She is Michelina. Micheline something. Very vocal with her 2 profiles and picture over in the sleeves. Oh, Micheline, the one that's got a bit of an attitude issue when it comes to my YouTube channel in recent time. And as well, doesn't answer my questions when it comes to Jack Newton. Yeah. Donna says it was her grandkids that knew Noah Presgrove. Louder Milk says, yes, I actually did assume that, but she has said over and over that Noah was friends with her kids. Mikey? Oh, did I say Mickey before? Apologies. Oh no, Mickey, Mikey, Mickey Moo, also known as Stevie, or one of her cronies, I believe, is who you're referring to. JJ, we will never know, believe. I have my guesses then. Dusty says, just for the record, she is a real person. She is who she is. People in the area know her. Now, what she knows and has proof of, I don't know other than what she says, but just wanted to clarify for you. Now, you know what would be good? Let's say Deana Rose is a local. She knows a lot, but other people have reached out to her. Are there any other individual locals, no biased effect, who knows the same what Deana Rose is saying, but they choose not to talk about it publicly? If there was a bit of consistency there, then that would actually help Deana Rose. We've not seen that. JJ Bumpass thanks Dusty Butler. See, this is what's weird. In a case like this where enemies can come together, and I'm not directly saying anyone is an enemy of whoever, but this is starting to feel like the Dylan Rounds YouTube Streets community, and that can have negative implications in the future. So just be very wary, okay? And I might tie it in with my predictions later because, something dodgy. Just because she's a real human does not mean she's the one posting all this crazy stuff. That would be pretty ridiculous, and the one thing she posts absolutely so far-fetched and inconsistent. But I do like it when she says, I wish someone would shut your big fat mouth. Right? I am saying that people who know her have talked to her in person to verify that it's her posting that stuff. It really is her. I'm not verifying the validity of what she posts. Pretty simple to understand. You could say about all of us on this app, but I guess, hold on a minute. I understood the English. She pretty good busybody for grammar. What? She has a sweet tooth for fairy tales. And then Dusty says, I mean, at this point, you could say that about all of us. What, we're all fairies or we're all grammars? My God, Dusty Butler. You need to be real careful, man. When it comes to analysing language, you got no clue. When it comes to appropriate language and wording, my God. Don't worry, it's all under control on my channel. All under control. Very under control. Absolutely ironclad under control, considering what's happened in the past, considering how humans have been around me. And, you know, attacks on the channel, but because of language, wording, behaviour, and timing. That's why I was the last stronghold still standing, whilst others imploded on itself, like with the Dylan Rounds case, and maybe in the future too, with other stuff. We're all discussing things we have heard. You can discuss about something you've heard, and then you can analyse what you've heard, and then make links onwards. That's what I do. We really just don't know until it all comes to light. I truly hope none of these kids did nothing, but it just does not look like they're innocent. We just don't know how deep this goes. Melanie says to JJ Bumpass, nobody is going to believe you're sitting in a Walmart parking lot in a crowd of people, showing them all a video of you talking Noah out just for your information. Someone has it out for you, and I'm sorry about that. Wait, so are people suddenly feeling sorry for JJ Bumpass all of a sudden? I mean, in this particular situation, I can understand if the person's innocent, then they are innocent and they should be, you know, highlighted as innocent. No reason to get attacked. I get that, but still, it's a weird situation. Deana Rose has created a major problem. That's what I would say. Jamie, if JJ isn't involved, which he was not there that night before Caden went to bed at 3 a.m, nor has he been any proof shown that he was, or Travis, then they're definitely trying to implicate and frame him, like they did to Caden. Texas boys, Georgie, who's Georgia? And a friend, Alicia. Alicia? What's Alicia's name got to do with this? Semi-truck driver and Mikey. Which Mikey? Mikey Lair? God, we need last names. Come on. Who I don't think is involved, or if he is, he was more of a witness and probably scared for his own life at that point and did as he was told, but still a part of the case. You're a part of the case, you're a part of the case. I'm not believing this Walmart story either, and there's surveillance footage Ellie can pull to verify whether it's true or not. Yeah, what else? If this isn't true, JJ and you are not involved, I highly recommend that you have Ellie get the surveillance footage to prove your innocence. I'd contact FBI about it as well. I don't think he was involved either. Once Ellie sees the death, covers the link to the case. I'll have to address all the cases swept under the rug. Right. God, there's some paragraphs here, isn't there? She's a real person. She's a real person posting from her own account. A lot in here using... Hold on. There might not really be here behind the account, as there are a lot in here using fake and hacked accounts to post and comment. Also, her grandchildren grew up. Post information about the guilty. Right. If you want to pause the video, you can, but I'm not going to be reading all of that. It's too long. Sadly, this is the distinguishably low levels these people will stoop in order to protect themselves. After Kathy Bingham's bullshit post trying to implicate Caden as being involved, I don't believe they are. I think they're trying to set them up as scapegoats. I don't believe they were prior to that either. There's no evidence of them even being there, nor would Deana provide any. Although she claimed there were pictures of them there. But now I'm more convinced that they aren't after the latest debacle with Kathy Bingham's. Right. I agree, I think they're being set up. Who's being set up? What, Caden Pressey being set up? JJ Bumpass being set up? Who is being set up? Can people just give bloody bullet points and make it clear? And last names too. In regards to at least the names what we've already heard of, so no one else, is brought into it, dragged in. Tiffany, bullying and attacking anyone, elderly, disabled or not, old, young, whatever, is not okay, and falsely accusing individuals and calling them all kinds of names and relentlessly and continuously dragging their names through the mud without any real evidence to back up said claims isn't okay and vile, disgusting, childish. No, I do not agree with the way some people are talking about this woman, but I also do not agree with the way she has talked about others. Fair enough. Balanced, from the looks of it. Megan Rogers. Shout out to Megan. I've seen him on my channel. Seems like a good individual. Saying to JJ Bumpass, does it really matter? Is any of this noise, attention and chaos created through all these outrageous posts getting us any closer to finding out the truth about who murdered Noah Presgrove? It's not. Response-wise, Luana says, it's getting attention when all had gone quiet. The more noise, the more attention. Don't worry. At least when it comes to YouTube, I can keep the case alive on there. I kept the Dylan Rounds case alive for over 2 years, from start to finish. Katie, thank you. We're here to get people knows what happened to Noah. Nothing but big cowards covering up for one another. Megan, agreed. Especially since I've been following the case and seeking information on finding justice since end of April. I just want the right kind of attention, not the ridiculous stuff which is distracting us. Don't worry. I can remember. I can see where things start becoming a little bit distant. Not me, but maybe other discussions, and then we always bring it back. That's how it happens on YouTube, at least. It had never gone quiet to me. Yeah. I mean, how could it go quiet when you got Deana Rose typing in capital letters like a shouty man? It's going to wake people up. It's going to wake the local cat, the local cow, and the camel. What's this? I know what you did last summer. What the hell's that? That sounds a bit dodgy. And Amy says, yes, girl. Yes, Megan, homegirl Rogers. There we go. Tongue out as well. She needs to learn how to spell Bumpas. 1 S, not 2. Oh shit. Kimberly Gooden Bumpas. Wait, so does that mean 2 asses are better than 1? Wait, hold on. Oh no. Wait, is Kimberly the mother to JJ Bumpass? Luana says, I like the way Wool Ref says bump ass. I don't think Kimberly will appreciate that though. Oh no. Debbie, I don't think it's funny. Stop making fun of someone's whose heart that's in the right place. She just wants justice like we all do. There we go. Steve, Wool Ref pronounces it as 2 S's. Moving on. NG. I just want justice for what wonderful young... Actually, hold on a minute. We're not finished yet. The amount of times the human race has mispronounced my last name, and I don't complain. Yeah? Well, I don't really need to say my last name. Some people may know. But in all seriousness, 99.9% of the human population, doesn't matter what country they come from, even if it's my own country, people always say, or mostly say, my last name the wrong way. They never pronounce it correctly. Crazy. And it's easy to pronounce as well, but humans always say it wrong. Do I complain? No. It is what it is. I'm just finding it interesting when it comes to people's behaviour and attitudes and the focus on certain stuff. Let's focus in on someone's ass when actually we should be focusing in on Noah. Oh, it's just a little sideline thing. Oh, well, let's get the big banana out. Let's get the bag of nuts out. What the fuck is that all about? What does it matter? Let's move on. I just want justice for that young man. I can imagine what he would have become, going into the military and fighting for a country, becoming part of history. And yeah, as well, with his background, his physicality, his health, would have suited him and probably helped him as well with the military and, I guess, training too. Probably could have got far. She gets away with a lot, Deana Rose. Dee Dee. Is she the one who types in all caps and has all those crazy red emojis, pretty much? Why are you making fun of her? It's not cool, just because one does you. Oh, so Debbie is getting triggered by everyone. Hi, my name is Debbie like Karen. I would like to see your manager. I heard recently that an individual said that I gotta talk in a high-pitched tone, y'all, because this is how they sound and Karens are down there. Was that Tracy that said it? I don't know. But I'm gonna lean forwards, I'm gonna stick my ass out, and I'm gonna have a go at you because I'm really disappointed, I'm really triggered. Yeah. Yeah. Why do I sound like a donkey? I don't know. Some people may like it. Oh, going from a donkey to a moo. Labatt says, yes, we may see multiple names and faces. See, you know what? People said to me, don't make animal sounds. For fuck's sake, people have got animal sounds in their bloody names. So what? Next time I say, yes, we're talking to moo today, and people say, oh my God, Warlike Raff, stop making animal sounds. This is not the time or place. What the fuck am I supposed to do when the name's like that? Jesus. What next? Someone's going to be called Ruff Woof. Oh, hello, Mr. Woof Woof. No, I'm not doing a dog impression. That's just your name. Oh my God, what is happening today? Don't worry. We will round it all up. We'll whip it back in line very shortly because I've got some very serious points to make. Anyway, remember the name. It's funny how all of us see that name and instantly ask ourselves, is that the one who writes in all caps? I just asked a question, no bullying care, but getting triggered then. Shannon, in my opinion, she's hurting the investigation, putting kids at risk. Also, she's the one who does the bullying. Yet she's been around long enough, and there's been enough people that have believed in her long enough, so why is action not being taken if it is truly needed? Interesting. But that's not my position or decision to, take action because I'm not the one in power. I'm doing my own thing on YouTube then. But the Facebook pages such as this, with the exception of some posts and some people, can be good, can be very helpful. Whether that be the army page or this case discussion one in recent time, which I've looked into, it can be very helpful and useful. But I've also seen the dark side of some people too. Interesting. Right. Apparently, you haven't seen her nasty attacks to others in comments on her post. I think all her posts need to be taken down. Well, familiar with a lot of her posts, but haven't seen too much of the nasty stuff. Really? Okay. Tiffany, that doesn't justify her relentless and never-ending bullying and name-calling and baseless allegations. It's okay for her to drag teenagers and young adults through the sewers. Question mark, yeah. A lot of comments, isn't there? No offence, but why are we looking for private information to give to this dude? Don't put people at risk like that. He gets her real name, then address, then what? I don't trust JJ any more today than I did yesterday. He's so smart. Let him be his own PI. I'm not helping him. Now, Louise, just our opinion, but I kind of can acknowledge that. Because whilst other people may be bowing down to JJ Bumpass, Louise is remaining firm with her opinions. Consistent, possibly. Interesting. Now, Kobe, but this is a different Kobe. This is the Kobe, isn't it, in regards to the references, was it to Snapchat conversations between Colton Newton and a friend of Noah or so? But either way, Kobe, the friend of... Yeah, isn't Kobe friends with JJ Bumpass? saying, "Are you the real JJ Bumpass?" And then JJ says, "Are you really thinking you won't see repercussions?" What? Is that a threat? Are you really thinking you won't see repercussions for your own actions? What are them? Was it Kobe that was labelled, not from what I say, but what someone else said? Was someone labelling Kobe as a paedophile? Or what? Is JJ the one to have done that? And now JJ saying, you're not thinking you won't get repercussions? This is weird, isn't it? All the key names are coming into play today, or at least the ones what we've heard of in recent time. Edward, people, you'll say this kid and this kid are innocent of what happens to this boy. Well, even if they didn't participate in the crime on the boy, they're still guilty for just being there and not telling law enforcement. If that's true, yeah, being a spectator. Now, have we reached the end? Because it did kick me off. Yes, it did. Right, now it's time for Warlike Wrath to share some additional thoughts. So I'm going to be sharing with you my predictions and analysis there, but before we branch over, I think what needs to be acknowledged is a bit of a summary, my final thoughts on what's happened today. Deana Rose stating a lot as facts and with a level of confidence, certainty, and her claims of evidence and how she can back it up by basically saying, well, I heard it from over there, this person told me, this person reached out to me. No visual proof, photos, videos, audios, just them talking about what they know from what they've heard from. If they're in a position where they can provide physical material hard evidence, then it should be done. In an occasion where you just simply can't do it, well, then it's a very unfortunate situation, and you just have to take that flack, you have to take that questioning from those around. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Do I believe what Deana Rose says, everything that comes out of her mouth? No, I'm very cautious, and I was cautious from day one, the moment I saw caps lock. When I see caps lock, I think danger, danger. When I see exclamation marks, I think a little bit over the top. As said, there are exceptions with caps lock, and maybe that applies to Deana Rose too. But still, as I said, just from my experience in the past, all it takes is 0.5 seconds, okay? 0.5 seconds, and then I might have an idea. And sometimes I know I have an idea. All under control there. But does Deana Rose have it under control? No. If you just base it off language, sentence structuring, typing, spelling, it's an absolute mess. And maybe there are exceptions once again why it's like that. Okay, fair enough. But still, if you're going to be really strict and you wanted to have trust in someone with what someone's saying, it has to be spelt correctly, an attempt made to sentence, structure your sentences, maybe some bullet points, maybe some commas, because it's not just Deana Rose where it's problematic with typing. I see it a lot on Facebook comments. You know, when I stumble or spaz out with my mouth, maybe it's not so much me, but it's because of what I'm reading on screen. It is what it is. But, for that flow, for that smoothness, it's not always there. And as for Deana Rose, more bumps than JJ. Okay, more bumps in the road. Must have been when typing, all over. Anyway, I was cautious from day one, but other people seem to believe, or at least be patient enough to listen to Deana Rose. It's not completely a bad thing, because in other cases, people may have brushed things off and completely ignored it. But, you at least listen to what's being said. There might be some truth in something that comes out, which could be of value. If you're going to do it to dodgy people within the case, you might as well do that as well for Deana Rose too. But I think there's a time and place, and when it gets a bit over the top and you think, yeah, it's just getting a bit of a messy situation. But what I would say is, whilst people may question JJ Bumpass, right? Some may feel strongly about him being responsible for the death of Noah, others may just feel very strongly about him being present at the party at least, whatever, right? In an event like this where JJ is under attack by a person within the community who's mentioning false stuff supposedly, it then actually makes JJ look like a saint in a way. It diverts all that attention and focus. So maybe for some people that may have had it in for JJ or just didn't like him or were skeptical, suspicious, they may see JJ in a new light now, or they might just be distracted and those previous thoughts are put aside for a bit whilst they work out what's currently going on. Because in the moment, if JJ is innocent with a particular event, he's innocent and he shouldn't be dragged through stuff. But at the same time, if there are still pre-existing things from the past with caution, skepticism about the case and links to it, that still needs to be remembered and not forgotten about. I've seen it with the Dylan Rounds case, the YouTube streets, where people didn't like one another and then they came together as one because of a common cause. And then the past was forgotten about and history repeated itself in the future. That's a prediction, what I have here. What Deana Rose has done is F up the possible credibility and has tarnished the discussion page. And if there are any of us out there, I don't know if it's a part of the army page or not, but it would have tarnished it, right? Because if someone like JJ Bumpass, who could be, you know, seen in the eyes of the general public, or some of them in a negative light, and then JJ's been attacked here by some other person who's, you know, who's harmed the credibility of themselves, harmed the credibility of this page, and now it makes JJ look better than all these other people, or some of them, and Deana Rose herself, the other outsiders are going to think, oh, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe, you know, how JJ responded as well. Didn't, you know, really swear, didn't use any too much threatening language. So, oh, he must be a much better person. He's become a better man than how Deana Rose has gone about things. Oh, did we just forget about the past? If there is one, right? So in the moment, this has kind of diverted the attention away, and it might have diverted certain emotions away. I said there shouldn't be emotions in the first place, but it's natural, it's normal human behaviour, right? So I've not looked too deep into Bumpas, right? I don't want to look too deep, to be honest. No, but recent videos have been focused on certain individuals. It's just the time of it all, right, where you just spend so long looking at it and then move on to another individual or a particular event, which could include same people or new individuals, right? So what's gone on today or yesterday, whenever it was, has not helped the case. It might have tarnished a bit of the reputation of this Facebook page and others out there, and it might have made JJ appear more of a better person than how people saw him beforehand. I'm sure there'll be some loudmouths that will say, Raph, you don't even say that, you don't be speaking on behalf of us. No, it's all under control here, big boy. It's all under control here. So, where do we go from here? Well, originally I was supposed to be doing like a timeline, but I did do a vote, I did a poll. Publicly, majority wanted to see this type of video, and that's why it arrived. So, to transition on to the predictions, what would I say? Well, there's two things going on. One, people maybe losing a bit of focus or just being distracted by other knobs, and then it might lead to certain emotions or feelings or thoughts changing about who they were suspicious of once, who they are no longer suspicious of now, because of some indirect, individual, unnecessary event. That could have long-term effects. But maybe with time, to think it out and then return back to how you were originally thinking and your thoughts without being distracted with unnecessary noise, right? But if it doesn't happen, my predictions are that we could see the Dylan Rounds YouTube streets merge once again, where enemies at war with one another, at heads with one another, and possibly things becoming a little bit more lenient in the future. But there are deep fractures from the start, so it would implode eventually. So, on the conditions that if what's happened now continues on, whether there's future events like this or just the current state of things remain, there's chances that certain humans could be neglected and the focus shifts elsewhere, and then you're not getting that full understanding of the case possibly, and you're not tying up loose ends. That's like one prediction. The next prediction is whether people question one another within, whether there's any divide and conquer, whether there's any misunderstandings or whatnot. You know, through misunderstandings, there can be conflict, there can be tension, there can be drama, bad things happen, seen it all in the past. As long as it's under control, or somewhere, someplace has it under control, there's always somewhere to go to. So, just as a heads up, if a Facebook or any Facebook pages or anywhere else online becomes a war ground, a battlefield, a mess, if anything implodes on itself, if anything is shut down, deleted, for whatever reason, because anything can happen, right? You can come to this channel and it's under control, and there will still be videos up to a certain point at least, because I've got to understand and acknowledge that ideas, analysis and thoughts can be helped and enhanced by the presence of these Facebook groups. If it wasn't for Facebook groups and Reddit pages, then there might not be as many videos that I can make. But at the end of the day, with the additional thoughts and questioning, you know, still original videos, right? But to be fair, if there was less material, it would just mean me thinking more outside of the box, which would probably balance out as in still a fair portion of videos to look at. And once again, you can analyze stuff, you can work with things you've been told, handed, given, or heard, but it doesn't just have to end like that. You can add on more to it with theories and ideas. And people say, oh, we don't want that. We don't want the hearsay. We don't want the weakness. Use, you know, relative theories and ideas with common sense, and maybe down the line it can be backed up with facts and evidence, or at least debunked. Win-win. Reinforced, you were right, you were one step ahead. Debunked, oh well, it clears up confusion. Now you can move forwards. I've seen it in the Dylan Rounds case. It happened. It worked. Maybe it can apply here too. So it's worth taking that into mind. But, you know, if anything goes downhill, at least if you come from elsewhere, you can come to this channel if you want. All I will say is, any too much naughty behaviour, some additional tools may be used. But last thing, even though JJ Bumpass may be a victim within this situation, when Kobe, a friend to JJ or a friend to someone else, as we saw in the Colten Newton text message exchange from Snapchat in recent time, that Kobe said, are you really the real JJ Bumpass? If they know one another, why would one question the other person? Maybe it's just because they're not as close as you think, maybe. But anyway, JJ Bumpass responds saying something about, you know, you don't think you're going to get any consequences? Consequences for just questioning if you got a real account or not, or consequences for past actions you have done? There's a bit more to it, doesn't it? Weird. Anyway, well, as it seems like a messy situation today, what we have seen is a handful of key named individuals all coming together in the comments. And normally you may not see these people. So you had two Bumpasses. That sounds a bit weird. But hey, that's what happens when you pronounce it the correct way. It sounds bad. Two Bumpasses, or two Bumpasses, whichever one, same thing, are present. Some others supporting defending who may come from Sofa Sleuth page or elsewhere. Interesting. I wonder what will happen next. What twists and turns will happen? Be sure to leave your comments down below to let me know what you think. Have your thoughts changed on the situation or what? And if you do want to catch up on previous videos and coverage if you missed out, as I said, top right corner where the eye symbol is, click there, you'll find it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Goodbye, good night for now.